We got it, guys. We've got our first next-gen console. I have in my possession the Xbox Series S, and this thing is awesome. Now, a lot of people might be wondering why I got the Series S over the Series X. First off, this was a lot easier to get your hands on. The Series X is what everybody wants. Second, I've never had an Xbox console before, so just getting this because I had Game Pass on PC already. This is like my Game Pass machine. It's perfect for what I want it for. So I'm going to go over my first impressions of everything about this thing because I have some thoughts on it, and I just kind of want to give you guys an idea of if this thing's worth picking up. And I so far I've loved it, so I'm just going to start there. But first thing we're going to talk about is this controller, which I will have a full review on here in a little while. The controller is super nice. Honestly, it's incredibly comfortable. I don't believe there are many changes in this controller that are different from the Xbox One. So I believe the only real difference is the share button, which is probably kind of hard to see here, but you can use the share button on this thing, and it seems to have a matte finish almost. It's really grippy. I'm a big fan of the controller. It vibrates really nice. The triggers are vibrating, which is weird coming off a PlayStation. It's all around. It's a really, really nice controller. Then I want to just kind of go into the fact that this is my first Xbox. So what is it like transferring consoles? Like never using an Xbox before and now coming over and playing on the Series S. What was like booting it up like and all that stuff. So I'm going to bring us over here to both. I've got my Xbox Series S here. This is the home screen and everything. And honestly, it was a pretty easy transition. Most of the stuff goes through the phone. You use your phone to set up your whole system and everything. There was a minor update and stuff you had to do. There was a controller update, and then you kind of just get right into it. And I downloaded a bunch of games here. As you can see, I've got Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I pre-ordered Call of Duty. I've been playing some Warzone, and all of it has been incredibly easy to do. I have Game Pass already, like I mentioned, so I have a lot of games that I've already downloaded and played from Game Pass, like Destiny. And the big thing that was super nice about moving consoles this generation, and I still plan on getting the PS5, but it's going to be like almost my exclusive console, like just to play like Spider-Man and stuff like that on. The thing with switching consoles this generation is it was really easy because of the crossplay stuff that's going on. So like with the big ones like Destiny, I was able to move my PlayStation characters over to Xbox seamlessly and start playing immediately where I left off with my character, which was super cool. And then like Warzone was super easy to hop back into. Obviously Fortnite and Rocket League are epic, so that was super easy to get back into. But all in all, the transfer process between getting all my accounts set up over here versus what they were on PlayStation has been super seamless. In terms of like, you know, getting used to the UI, that could be, you know, pretty easy to some people. For me, it took a little second to kind of get used to the menu system and stuff. But all in all, I'm really enjoying the new system. Everything's really easy to access. And from what I've been told, this is pretty much exactly what it was on the Xbox One. Like there hasn't been a whole lot of huge changes moving from the Xbox One to the Xbox Series systems. So I could say with full confidence though, like getting my Series S and starting to install games, there is not a ton of freaking space on this thing, okay? And I started installing stuff, and there's only like 360 gigs left when you actually finish updating the system, and there's 512 normally. You update your system, you got about 360 left. You install Call of Duty, you know, Assassin's Creed, Warzone, a couple things like that, and you're almost out of space already. So there's really not a lot of space here. If you're going to be using this, you're going to be someone that doesn't play a whole lot of games like me. I went out, let me grab it. As soon as I started installing games, I decided I needed this. This is the, it's hard to see because of my light, but this is the storage expansion that runs on the same velocity as the SSD inside the new Xbox consoles. And honestly, I can say with 100% certainty that if you are going to buy one of these and you're thinking about getting a Series S, just buy the Series X. I can confirm that 100%. You're going to get a more powerful console. You're going to be able to use physical copies of games, and it's going to be the same price. Because at the end of the day, luckily for me, I had a couple gift cards to GameStop, so it didn't cost me as much as I thought it was going to. It didn't cost me, honestly, as much as a Xbox Series X would have, but for anybody that doesn't have gift cards or stuff to trade in, This is going to run you the same as the Series X, so you're just probably going to want to pick up the Series X. This gives you a terabyte of storage, so at the end of the day I have around 1400 gigabytes of storage on my system, which is fantastic. I really enjoy having all that, but at the end of the day, if you're going to spend $500, you should just get your Xbox Series X, because this alone is $220. So, moving on to the actual games and how they play on here, everything is silky freaking smooth. Now, obviously, the Series S is not as powerful as other things like the Series X or the PlayStation 5, but I don't notice the fact it still feels next gen. Everything looks good, and if you watch videos on Twitter and stuff, you'll see a lot of really beautiful graphics. The ray tracing still works really well on it. It's just not as powerful. So in the future, you know, some games are going to end up looking better on the Series X, and I'm fine with that personally. I've never been a huge graphics guy. For me, this looks fantastic, especially being someone who majority of the time plays games on the Nintendo Switch. This looks freaking awesome to me. The big thing, and honestly, like, I bought this because it's $300. I mainly wanted it for Game Pass, and it just made sense for me. The load times are worth it alone to upgrade to next gen. The load times, like I was playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and 5 seconds. It took 5 seconds to fast travel. That is freaking insane. Like, it literally loaded up, I saw Ivor standing there, and then boom, I was in the game playing again, and it's so freaking awesome. It is just snappy quick, and that is one of my favorite things regarding this next generation. Like, the graphics are great, whatever, but the load times are really where it's at. Next thing, obviously, that you have to talk about when it comes to Xbox is the Game Pass stuff. The Game Pass is where it's at. Like I said, I had Game Pass on PC. I bought this for Game Pass, and it's fantastic. Like, being able to pick up the newest expansion of Destiny off the bat, and it's included with my online membership. Like, I just tied my Xbox Gold membership into my Game Pass. It's $15 a month. It's freaking phenomenal. Like, being able to play all of these games. Like, if I pull up my game library again, if I come in here, Dead by Daylight, Game Pass, Game Pass, Game Pass, Game Pass. Like, all of these games, Game Pass right there, Game Pass. Like, I've bought 2 games on this system, Call of Duty and Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Other than that, I have so many other freaking games, and like Rainbow Six Siege is installing if I go down to my queued stuff. Rainbow Six Siege is installing. Like, I have so much crap that I can play, and all I do is pay my Game Pass membership, which I really would be paying almost the same anyways for just an Xbox Live membership. So having access to all of these freaking games is phenomenal. It's so freaking awesome. So that alone makes Xbox one of the best places to play games this generation. It really does. You save a ton of money. So in summary, in regards to my Xbox Series S, it's freaking awesome. I love it. Like I said, there's not a ton of storage space. So if you are thinking about buying it and you're going to want more space, just get the Series X. I know those are probably going to be a lot harder to track down, but that is my recommendation, because after you buy the console itself on top of the memory card, you're going to end up spending close to the same price. In terms of the graphics, it's silky smooth. Everything's run at 60 frames. I've had 0 problems at all playing on the Xbox. It's so freaking nice. Everything looks fantastic. It has those upgrades, like a lot of the games that are on the Xbox One have those next-gen upgrades for the Series X and S. Those run on the Xbox Series S, so it's just super awesome. And honestly, I'm not a 4K guy. I have a 1920 by 1080 monitor, so I don't worry about the 4K. So it's not having that isn't a problem for me. So this is the perfect Xbox console for me. I love it. It's honestly, it'll be really awesome for people that want to stream, because right now streaming, you can't do it at 4K. You can't do it above 1080p. So this is a really good streaming console if you want to get into Game Pass and stream some of those new Xbox titles. It's just a really nice little system, and honestly, it's super small. I wish I could show it, but it's incredibly small. And it's just a fantastic system. I wanted to do an unboxing, but by the time I got this system, everybody and their mother had already done an unboxing, and it's such a small channel, it really wasn't worth it. But I really wanted to get in here and just kind of talk about some of the games and the experiences I've had playing this for a day. It's fantastic, and I recommend, if you are looking to get a new Xbox, this is definitely something to keep your eye on. Like I said, you want to monitor that storage space. That could be a real like toss up for some people. But if you're someone that just plays like Madden or Call of Duty and stuff like that, plays a couple games, this is a perfect system for you. Or if you're getting it for a kid, you know, who isn't going to be able to buy a ton of games, this is a great system for them to get their feet wet. And storage, honestly, it gets cheap really quick. So within a year, that storage, this SSD, there'll probably be a 2 terabyte out for the same price that this one is, and this will be down to like $100 or something. So honestly, this is a great system if you're going to play a couple games, maybe not too worried about having a bunch on your system, and then in a year, maybe you'll upgrade when more stuff comes out. But for my first next-gen system, this freaking hits the mark. Honestly, it is a fantastic little console. But that is going to be it for this video, guys. I hope you found it entertaining and helpful. If you did, be sure to leave a like and smash that subscribe button for more videos like this in the future. Be sure to share the video with your friends. Let's grow this community here on the channel. Speaking of community, we got a community Discord, people over there playing games like Pokemon and Animal Crossing. We're going to be talking video game stuff a lot, so check that out. I do stream over on Twitch. I'm not sure what I'm going to be streaming. I honestly stream a ton of Pokemon, but I kind of want to stream some of the new games that are coming out just because it's that time of year. New games are coming. So I want to play probably some Assassin's Creed and stuff like that on stream. So check that out if that's something that interests you, and all my other social media should be on screen here at this point. So if you're interested in keeping up with me, this channel, the stream, anything like that, check me out there as well. But like I said, that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all in the next video.